second up today, Halo Wars. Many people doesn't know if they're gonna buy it. And trust me, when you hear people talk shit about it, don't listen to them, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The Halo Wars demo is really great. Just have it out in the open. It is great. I had very fun playing it. The demo is long. If you play the demo from the start, it could take you up to an hour. It could take longer depending on how you wanted to build your army, but for me I think it took like 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and a few minutes. It was great. The detail was really high. The cutscenes are just marvelous. I mean, yeah, sure, I might have seen better. Square Enix might have done better, but Square Enix are one bunch of perverts when it comes to high graphics. So I have nothing against Square Enix. Great games, great games. They just very high graphics. Nothing bad. Gameplay-wise, it was really fun. The remote, I mean the controller, it works really great. You really see everything about that. People complain about it oh, it should have been for the PC. Okay, the reason it was developed for the Xbox was because whenever there have been a strategy game that have been moved over to a console, they have always sucked because they have had to cram every little detail of the controls for a keyboard on a very limited amount of a controller. So that's why this made the console edition first. They're not saying they're gonna make a PC version, but they're not denying it either. Maybe in the future, they've said so far. So if you have a PC, don't worry, it might show up. They haven't denied it. As I said, the detail are very high if you are staying up, but the second you go down, you have a Hornet or something, you can really see that it ain't that high detail. But that's explainable for two good reasons. One, when you're up that high, you don't really notice because you don't really need to make that much detail to make it look good when you're that high up. And the second one, more importantly, is you can play up to 6-player co-op over Xbox Live. If it was gonna be like Mark of Chaos, highest graphic on everything, over Xbox Live, millions of users every day, for a console, it would most likely lag, and they wanted to keep it lag free. So they did a cheap and very effective way to do it, and it works really great. I am gonna complain about the graphics because the graphics are good, unless you're a graphic whore and must point out everything that you think is bad. It's just good. It really delivered a nice feeling. I loved what they've taken. You remember a game very long past, Total Annihilation. I loved that game. It was great on one thing that no other strategic game have taken after, and I really just why haven't they done that? The units could move and shoot at the same time. That's really great. I mean, if units could move and shoot at the same time, you weren't limited on moving them and shooting them. You could strategically place out tanks, foot soldiers, wherever you wanted, and they would shoot while they were moving. It gave you a great feeling. It was fun. Halo Wars keeps it very simple in that way. It's very basic, very easy to play. However, I must tell you, play the tutorial and the advanced tutorial, because otherwise you won't really know what to build and all that. Of course, you can easily play the campaign directly. The controls are easy enough to find out by yourself, but I recommend the tutorial because then the games get much more easy and fun. Oh, and explore the map. Don't just rush towards the ending. Explore the map, because then you will find more fun stuff, more side missions to do on every map. The game will feel bigger and longer. The only complaints about this game is people that are saying, hey, this is Halo, it should be like a first-person shooter. I have no problem in being RTS. I like the new look. Everything feels great. It feels Halo. The second people who are only complaining are, as I might have accidentally answered, the PC players. PCs suck nowadays. I mean, they got like 4 game releases this year, and probably they will be made for the consoles as well. I'm not saying that the PC are bad, they have high graphics, but nowadays there are no game developers for PC anymore. I mean, so they're just complaining and bitching around that it should have been made for the computer so far. But everyone who played the demo and aren't a obsessed Halo geek that must have everything in first person perspective, they have said that this has been really great, and lots of Halo fans like me have said they liked it so far. It's really great fun. Well, my score on this will be very simple: 5 arbiters. Oh, sorry, 5 new arbiters. Yeah, he looks like kind of like a bird. He's very beefy. I was actually kind of like, is that the arbiter? He's like this much bigger than all the elites, but he's just really beefy, and I very much like the new look. He definitely looks unique. Oh, and before we go on, the elite voices, they're not the same. I kind of have a problem with that, because like Bungie doesn't have like copyright protected voice actors, so they should have been able to like hire the voice actors from Halo 1, 2 and 3 to make the voices for the elites. Now they didn't do it, but I'm not gonna bash on it, because the elite voices works. I like them. I also like that they've gone back to how the elites looked in Halo 1 and 2. That's really great. A friend of mine said that Prophet of Regret's voice sounded like he was faggot or something, but I didn't find any problem with his voice. He sounded more close to the original in Halo 2 than Truth in Halo 3. So that's my score. Loved it, gonna buy it, gonna play it. Halo Wars will rock.
There's only 2 ways this can end, and in both of them, you die.